Hello, everybody. Let's talk about Minnesota and our political world this week. There's been a lot happening here. Apparently, assassinations are back in fashion. Charlie Kirk's dead. Kids were murdered at a Catholic school in Minneapolis. And only a couple weeks ago, we had politicians that were assassinated. And so what's the genius response from Governor Walz? More gun control. Because clearly the real problem is law-abiding citizens who haven't shot anybody. That's right, the guy who pays his taxes, teaches his kid to respect firearms, and just, wants to protect his family, he's the threat. Meanwhile, assassins are supposed to just say, oh no, I can't kill anymore. Governor Walz signed a bill saying we can't do it. Yeah, that'll work. Here's a reality check. When evil wants to kill, it'll kill. Guns, knives, poison, bombs, cars, trucks, acid. History proves it. You don't have to go far to look that up. If people want to kill somebody or a group, they will do it. They'll find a way to do it. You can ban every firearm in Minnesota, but criminals will still have theirs. And the rest of us, we're left with 911 on speed dial and, maybe a frying pan. And speaking of 911, the Supreme Court has already ruled the police have no obligation to protect you. None. Zip. They can literally stand there and watch someone kill you, and it's perfectly legal for them. So who's supposed to protect your kids, your spouse, your community, your family? It's you. You are the only one responsible to protect yourself. It's not complicated. Disarming good people does not stop bad people. It makes their job easier. Gun control is basically OSHA for murderers. A government-guaranteed safe workplace for criminals. Don't worry, assassins. No armed resistance here. Just clock in for your shift and get to work. Now let me tell you what got me fired up this morning. I picked up one of my regulars driving rideshare. He's a kid. I've given him a ride for 2 years, on and off. It's probably dozens, maybe scores of times. We always have friendly chit-chat. He's a funny colored hair kind of guy. So you kind of get my drift on what side of the aisle he's on. But we always have friendly conversations. So I figured I could actually talk to him like a normal human being. Through the course of conversation, I mentioned I'd been watching a video, Social 19. I can't think of the professor's name. He's from Canada, but if you look up Social 19, you can find his videos. And the last one he did was on 9/11, and of course that's the day after the Charlie Kirk assassination. And so they're discussing terrorism in the class, and it's really interesting. So, these discussions are discussing real terrorism and what it means for us as a society moving forward. And through the process of conversation, I told him straight up that I'm a free speech extremist and a Second Amendment extremist. I do believe in limits. Free speech doesn't include threatening to kill people. Like, that's about my limit on that. And I also, when it comes to weapons, I don't think anybody needs an F-16 fighter jet parked in their garage in the name of self-defense. That's ridiculous. Then I brought up my wife's home country, where the government disarmed the people down to 0.3 guns per 100 people. That's the ratio. And what happens there? If there's a village that votes against the ruling party, they can starve the entire village. And people over there know you don't speak up against the ruling party. They can kill you. There's nothing you can do about it. Not a damn thing. So, anyway, I dropped this young man off to work. And what does this enlightened youngster do after our chat? He goes and reports me to the rideshare platform as a safety hazard. Because apparently having an opinion is dangerous. Forget assassinations, terrorism, and real threats. The real menace to society? Me. Just your average guy with 14,000 rides under his belt who dared to talk about the Constitution this morning. Now, thankfully, the rideshare company looked at my record and said, yeah, this guy isn't dangerous. He just gave a snowflake a case of the vapors. But imagine living in a world where your words Not threats, not violence, just words are treated as a crime. Oh wait, you don't have to imagine. We're living in it right now. And that ties right back to the nonsense in St. Paul. They want to muzzle your speech, strip your guns, tell you that the government will keep you safe. But yet the Supreme Court already said the government has no obligation to keep you safe. And when the government disarms you, you're not safer, you're livestock. So the next time Walz and his, legal scholars of Minnesota preach common sense gun laws, just remember what they really mean. Let's make sure the law-abiding public is unarmed, outnumbered, and completely out of luck. Gun control is OSHA for murderers, a safe, well-regulated workplace for killers, courtesy of your tax dollars. But hey, at least politicians can pat themselves on the back and say, oh, we did something. Meanwhile, the rest of us will be out here with a frying pan and driving rideshare, wondering how many assassinations it'll take before people realize this. Freedom is messy and uncomfortable. That's just the way it is. But in reality, it's also the only safety net we have. Like there's really no other country in the world like this, where if I'm feeling threatened, I can carry a weapon in self-defense. I don't have to go get my frying pan and keep it in the car with me. Or my butcher knife or whatever they might use in another country. Like somebody who is a little person like my wife, she can defend herself. And it's within her legal right to do that. That's not the case in other countries, but it is here. So, you put all of these pieces together, like it's important we maintain our rights as Americans, as Minnesotans, because we lose that. It's a slippery slope. Next thing you know, we're one of these other countries where you don't have those rights and you open your mouth, you're dead. You're dead for even thinking the wrong thought. It's the way it is. So anyway, that's my rant for today. That really bothered me, so I figured I better let it out. Have a good day.